on now. Pencils down. That's it. Pencils down. Right there. There it is. Down. And boy, are we rambling after dark.
Oh,
This is
it's a
alt-right. Cody doesn't even need an alt-right excuse. He's asleep.
no.
That's
All
how
right,
late
codes
we're
is in
rambling.
bed.
Alt-right codes went to bed like an hour and a half ago. That's how late we're rambling tonight.
Early bird gets that conspiracy theory.
That's how you got to do it. You got to stay on
That's
top of all that shit. Hey, he's got to try to take down Media Matters with this boy
That's
Elon.
right.
He's got to do what he can to make sure journalists are jailed for reporting.
You
got to
get up pretty early to fool the morons.
right, and make sure that all journalists are locked up for doing their job and telling the truth. We got to make sure this happens. So Cody's a busy man. He is a
Busy boy.
busy fellow, a busy body, as they call him, Eddie.
He is. He is that.
Well,
He is that.
it's only going to be for a short time, but the Ramble is now back overtaken Ramble Radio.
For a minute.
It's
For about
1 minute.
48 hours or 72 hours,
48,
whatever
if
Wednesday
that,
to Friday is. Yes.
whatever that is. It's all, and then boom.
So let's just soak it in.
And then it's all over for the Ramble. This is the last lead the Ramble is ever going to have.
It's
Is this crazy? to
raging
think about?
against the dying of the light, so to speak.
It really is. Like, this is the last lead it's ever. Something catastrophic is going to have to happen to Ramble Radio in order for the
Ramble to catch back
reclaim.
up.
Ramble Prime is. But now, does this make Ramble Prime more special? That there's only one a week? Does
You
it
get
make it
fewer
more
of 'em.
special? Is
You
that,
soak
I
'em
don't
in
know.
more.
You, the Rambler, watching. What do you think? Please give us a 5-star rating and a positive text review on iTunes. It really helps the
Right.
Ramble out. You can follow us
does.
at Twitter at Podcast Ramble, Instagram at Podcast. Twitter's at Podcast Ramble #1. Instagram is at Podcast Ramble. YouTube on the Ramble Teeb. We have merch on our T Public page. Thank you. We're still at 141 positive.
It's okay.
I mean, 101
It's okay.
5-star reviews. And our last,
It's okay.
I just have to let you know though, CP.
Yeah.
Charles Phillips has
Oh.
sent a warning shot. He goes, "Hey there, Eddie and Jerry. Man, am I sure glad day baseball's over with, so alt-right Cody can come back. Just want to let you know I'm getting ready to take my Ramble Review championship back.
Wow.
Outside of the villain and Marvels not having a great introduction, I gave it a solid 7.5. Then again, I guess we can trust Cody. Can he really call himself a movie critic because he haven't even seen Young Guns 2? Keep rambling and
Argument to be
Cody
made.
is bad takes. Stay beautiful, Chucky Bob Backlund Phil.
Chucky
There
Bob
he is.
Backlund Phil.
He's
Call him-
threatening.
We've never had.
We've never
I
had
think,
some. Well, Gemma called the European title.
right. Which I think is she still European champion? Possibly.
If Owen Edmonds can follow up on that and let us know, that would help.
Because you're looking at a Hulk Hogan first title run for Jim. That's a long run.
Just unstoppable. We're gonna have to create Zeus. We're gonna have to bring Zeus out of a movie.
We're creating a CM. That's a CM Punk late 2012 title run.
Just boom, just unstoppable.
We have to bring the Rock back in just to take it off.
Just to get the belt, just to get the strap off Gemma. But here we are, Ramble number 370. You know what, Eddie? I'm feeling kind of, I don't know, squeaky. Does that make
Squeaky.
sense? A little turned on, a little ready to roll, as in, let's just
Little
go
turgid?
into it.
A little turgid.
A little turgid. Do we do it? Did we just pretend you're hearing the music? Is this our 4-minute intro? Dare
That's
we do
it.
that?
It's done.
All right.
We're
if you know
there.
the words, sing along. My, hey, hey, rock and roll is here to stay. Right's better to burn out than to fade away. My, hey, hey. There we go. Bam. Ramble 3.
Silky smooth.
King is gone, but he's not forgotten. Is that one of the best intros and outros of an album ever?
It's pretty good.
To do the acoustic and then to bring the fucking hard rockin' version at the end. Ooh,
Yeah.
Hey, my. Fucking tremendous. What a great jam that is. Jesus. There's more to the picture than meets the eye, baby. Maybe that's the Ramble's theme, right?
Right?
The Ramble is here to stay. Hey, hey. Ramble proper is here to stay. I know it might have gotten overtaken. Might have gotten overtaken by Ramble Radio, but
is the Ramble destined to turn into a Ric Flair and just sort of just hang around and it was once the greatest of all time and now it's just sort of
Wait, are we gonna have like the Ramble Radio say "I love you, I'm sorry" and then super kick? Is that what's gonna happen?
It just seems like it's heading that way.
Oh.
It's heading that way, don't you think? Don't you feel that a little bit? Like it's just Ramble's going to hang around.
Then let's just keep going. Out of the blue and into the black. They give you this, but you pay for that. And once you're gone, you can never come back. When you're out of the blue and into the black. Oh, is that the Ramble? Jesus.
That's the Ramble. Out of the blue and into the black.
Is that what just happened? Is that what are we just singing our own eulogy? Oh, God. Could it be?
Did the Ramble peak? We're doing a Ramble retrospective now on what seems to be almost a eulogy here for the Ramble.
Because it was on top for so long, and then Ramble Radio just kept inching at one point, and inching.
It was the only Ramble out there.
Right. Do you know what I think Ramble Radio, when we knew it was that Marla Gibbs run we had on Ramble Radio.
That was a solid run.
And Naked Cody didn't hurt. Naked Cody on the screen.
Vern. We had Vern. I mean, there's some just classic bits that came out of Ramble Radio that you can't deny.
So now this is, and then here it's anyway.
I mean,
do I even do the catch up? I don't even want to get going now. I don't even know if I want to do the catch up. I'd like to talk. Dude, Super Mario Wonder is such a great fucking game. I spent the entire weekend in Colorado Springs just playing it. In between doing shows, I just played that fucking game. It's so fucking good. And I just finished right before we started taping this. I finished on my Retro Rocha stream on Twitch and Kick and just my name on YouTube. Blasphemous. That's a bad motherfucker. That's a Metroid Castlevania Symphony of the Night type game. It was hard as shit. It was fucking worth it. It was rewarding as fuck. It took me two nights to beat the second to last boss, and then about a half hour tonight to beat the final boss.
I mean, if you do all that on your Twitch stream, what do you save for your OnlyFans?
Exactly. Because I play with my dick on the.
Well, Twitch stream. I know. That's what I'm saying. What do you? I don't even want to know what you do over your OnlyFans if this is what you're doing on your Twitch.
Come on. Well, my dick hole is like my site is my Ed McMahon on my OnlyFans. Does that make sense?
No, but I understand what you're saying.
You get it. You get it, though. You get it.
I hate that I visualized it in my head.
You hate that you know now.
But I now know that.
Here's.
Yes. Here's.
Is that the greatest impersonation that's ever been done on SNL? Was Phil Hartman's Ed McMahon? You are correct, sir.
The most basic, simple impression.
But it's perfect. I don't think Ed McMahon said any. Yeah, Ed McMahon never said any of the shit that he had him say.
He took the entire breadth of a long, established TV career, and he turned it down into a simple phrase. And that's what you remember.
Correct, sir.
And that's all you remember Ed McMahon from.
Not the Publishers Clearing, whatever that was. None of that.
50-plus year career on television.
Years, nope.
You are correct, sir. Yes. That's it.
Yeah. It's the greatest impersonation, maybe in impersonation history, is Phil Hartman's Ed McMahon. I don't know what else. God. I don't know what else. But can I tell you about Colorado Springs?
Please, let me know.
And the GameStop at that. Oh my God.
Like a GameStop Prime? Like we're talking.
Give me one moment. Do you mind?
You have the moment. You have. You go off camera. You go and rustle up whatever you have to rustle up to show me how great this GameStop was in Colorado Springs,
Okay.
Colorado.
All right. So this
Okay.
for my buddy Adam. So that
Yeah.
game I was playing, Blasphemous, fucking hard as shit, impossible to find. I had to buy the digital copy because it was on sale. And then
Right.
my buddy Adam showed up at the show I did in Hollywood that you were at a couple days ago, and he gave me that. I showed you this, the physical
This
one.
pure penny, right?
Pure Prinny, my boy Adam, Pure Prinny, and then so I'm at
The guy that didn't do the right thing at GameStop. So that's all. I mean, I love him.
That
I
doesn't
met
make
him. He's a great guy, but
doesn't make up for it.
didn't do the
Doesn't
right
make
thing.
up for it. Didn't do.
I mean, I don't feel ashamed for starting Hank Pure Penny chant.
Hang Pure Prinny.
Hang Pure Penny. Hang Pure.
Is he the Mike Pence of all this? He was right there. He could have done it.
He could have done something. That's all I'm saying.
He could have.
He could have righted that wrong.
He could have fixed the count.
He chose not to come to work that day.
All I need is 4 votes, guys. I just need 4 votes.
4 more than what we got.
That's all I need is 4 votes. Imagine if
4 more than what we got.
if I called the game, dude. I just need 4 votes.
Just they're like, there's some guy on the line that wants 4 votes. He's asking for 4 votes.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Okay, sorry. Continue. with
We
what
already
you're saying.
had Skeletor, Dex, and Hordak at 4
At the
seasons
4 seasons.
over all this. Oh fuck. So I step into this GameStop in Colorado Springs.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm looking around. Eddie, they had right there just right off the bat, they had the black chrysanthemum that comes with the comic book cover.
Yeah. Gold.
The Star Wars
Gold
black.
find. Yeah.
Gold
nice
find. I didn't
Nice
get it
find.
because I couldn't fit it in my fucking bag.
Oh.
Or I would have gotten it. I haven't seen that at any GameStop recently.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any of the comic book. I know they did a whole series like Mara Jade and Chrysanthemum, and they did a whole bunch of those in those comic book covers, and I haven't seen those out in the wild anywhere.
Ever. Frank and Son's the only place I've ever seen them.
Yeah.
And there it was at that GameStop. Right there. Right? I told you that. Right?
Ooh. Yeah.
Right there. Part 2. Just sitting there at that GameStop.
Oh.
Just sitting there. Just sitting there. Right there.
Damn.
I had to get it. Dude, it was like that. The black chrysanthemum. Okay, hold on. Do you mind? Go.
Oh no,
right back.
no, please. You do what you have to do. You go off and you find more treasures that you found at that GameStop in Colorado Springs. I'm excited. I'm waiting with bated breath to see what you have from that GameStop. You let me know
Now.
right now.
They came out with the Super Mario RPG remake of the Super Nintendo game. Okay?
Sure. Yeah.
I asked my GameStop when I picked it up the night before I went to Colorado Springs. I was like,
Right.
was there any swag for that? I'm always looking for swag, Eddie.
Of course you are. Look behind you.
Always looking for swag.
Always
The guy's
looking
like-
to accentuate the cave.
The guy was like, no, we didn't get anything for Super Mario RPG. This was at the GameStop in Colorado Springs, right there. A button set, and the motherfucker just handed it to me.
Now do you walk into your GameStop with that and go,
What,
Domino, motherfucker?
No swag? No swag?
Huh? No swag?
Domino.
And then you take his face and slam it into the counter?
We're going to make these buttons disappear. See? They're gone. They're gone.
Why so serious?
Dude, this GameStop was like that store in that Stephen King book, Needful Things. Like, it's just, you just walked in.
Everything you wished for
Everything
is
you
in there.
wished for is just right fucking there. It was just.
Now you felt you could go into this GameStop and be yourself. Be who you wanted to be. You weren't restricted by
No.
people telling you not what you can't say and what you can't do.
Right. 5 more minutes. I think had I browsed for 5 more minutes, the store manager was going to be like, all right, everybody, the Bella twins are here. This is going to suck everyone's dick who's in the store. Just FYI, if anyone's interested.
Just come up to the counter and get a receipt and get in line.
Get in line. The Bella twins are going to suck you there. I mean, that's it. It was crazy. I'd never been. It was just fucking immaculate. Colorado Springs, GameStop, and
now, would you want to be part of a train with GameStop clientele? Would you want to be tucked into that train?
I don't know. I would. I would feel for the Bella twins. Hold on. Would you? That's a title. Would you want to be part of a train with GameStop client?
Like, I wouldn't mind being if you're the engine, sure, but you don't want to be the caboose.
The caboose is right. I think if you're anything after the engine, you're out.
Because that shit's turnt at that point. You don't want any.
Oh.
They've soiled the sheets, so to speak. You definitely want to be the engine of a GameStop train.
If you're not the engine, you're smelling poop for the next 45 minutes. You're smelling sweat and shit. That's what you're smelling. It's just sweat and shit.
Fucking BO, onion BO and shit.
Onion BO.
You don't want to be at the back of a GameStop train.
Oh fuck! So
I don't know why we don't have sponsors. There's no reason.
It's insane
that this podcast does not make us rich and famous.
Speaking also of being part of a train where you'd want to be the engine. I'm finally committing to reading the Dune books, and people
what's driving you to do this?
I don't know. I keep hearing it's brilliant, and I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm finally plowing through, and I think that's another train you want to be the engine on. If it's just all fans of the book Dune,
the Dune fans,
the Dune fans,
you want to wake up as early as possible to get the front of that line. You don't want to. You don't want to show up after breakfast. You don't you know what? I'm gonna grab some donuts and I'll get there when I get there. You don't.
Oh my God. What's worse? What's worse, Dune or Babylon 5? Which one are you the most? Which one are you setting the alarm for 3:45 in the morning? That shit's like you got to be at the DMV, so you're setting your alarm for 3:40 a.m. to make sure.
Comic-Con when they're giving away minifigs. You want to be there the night before.
All right, which punch are you trying to beat more, Dune fans or Babylon 5 fans? Which train is going to be the stinkiest?
I'm guessing
once you're past the end?
Babylon 5 fans, because I've seen more Babylon 5 fans than I've seen Dune fans.
It's true. And Dune at least did to paraphrase Ice Cube. They did the video with Chalamet. Looking like straight bozos. I saw it coming. So Dune at least has that. I don't know if you're going to get Chalamet to do a Babylon 5 movie. I don't think Chalamet, he's like, I'm good.
Nah, I'm good.
We'll be all right. So what wins? I think it's Babylon 5. I think you're right.
I think I don't want to be in the Babylon 5 train.
More than you don't want to be in the back of the Dune. Like, you don't want to be in the back of either.
But if you had your druthers, so to speak, it would be.
All right, wait a minute. Wait,
I'll pop into the Dune line late.
I think I found one worse. Any pen and paper role playing game that's not Dungeons and Dragons.
Like Warhammer. You don't want to be
Pathfinder. What the fuck you guys even playing? How is D&D not enough? How is Dungeons and Dragons not enough?
I need something more.
You guys need to go more. Vampire the Masquerade. Like, how the fuck is Dungeons?
Give me some like warthogs with chainsaws. Let me Some like warthog humanoid figures with chainsaws. That's what I need.
How is D&D not enough? How do you not get enough of what you need with Dungeons and Dragons? It's like if you go to a WWE event and then you really want to go see like in a truck stop, a wrestling event in the
Let me go to a high school gymnasium and catch some more wrestling.
after I just saw the Royal Rumble. How is D&D not enough? Like, oh, fuck. Eddie, there's like 8 titles we could use for the
I know. There's the whole beginning. The whole catch-up can just be the title. Just pick.
Oh, fuck. How is D&D not enough for you people? You need well, Pathfinders and like, stop. Stop. Enough.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Could you do it? Could you play a 5-hour Dungeons and Dragons campaign?
I don't think I can do it.
I don't think I could either.
I couldn't do it when I was in middle school, and that's when I wanted to.
Same. That's about the. I was in 5th grade, and that's.
I
when
think 6th grade is when I got the bug.
Yep.
That's when my friends started doing D&D. I was like, oh, I want to do this. This looks fun.
Right.
Because we had like a game wizard at our mall. I think it was called a game wizard or something. A game puzzle something. Puzzle Zoo.
Okay, Puzzle Zoo.
And they had like all the little figures you could paint, like all, and it just everything looked fucking cool.
And there was nothing cooler now for the obviously horrifically racist title, but Oriental Adventures had the coolest cover ever. That was the coolest cover in D&D history. So of course you want to get in on this.
Yeah, and then I remember going to my buddy's house, and we all sat there and we started doing it. I'm like, after like 30 minutes, I'm like, I want to go outside. I want to go out in the sun. I just want to breathe air and go out. I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, fuck. I'm with you.
I look like something I wanted to do, and even when people explain it to me, it still sounds cool.
It still sounds great.
Like watching Stranger Things, that whole first couple episodes, I'm like, this looks so much fun.
This looks
I want
so
to do
much
this.
fun. But then,
and then like I go to.
The problem is the problem is those Stranger Thing kids did it the right way. Nowadays, all these people like have to talk in accents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have to act it out.
Like, I sell you a sword. Will you stop it, Ronald? Stop talking like this. I know you.
We are going to have enough trouble getting laid without you acting this way.
Now you got to sit here. Like,
I got to watch you do your one-man show.
And they all sound like Billy Barty and Willow. Every one of them. Ew, the Daikini baby.
You want the sword of the flames. Mm.
They all sound like Billy Barty and Willow.
Eat the magic mushroom.
Every motherfucker who plays D&D, male, female, they all talk like Billy Barty and fucking Willow. Does he not deserve something for the groundwork he laid for this?
Oh, Billy Barty for sure.
In Willow for Dungeons and Dragons,
for sure.
Oh God. Well, Eddie, it's time now for our fictional Super Nintendo game that should have been, which is LGN presents Brent Musburger masturbates to Shannon Tweed movies.
Okay.
All right, what's the cover? What's the cover? What's the cover?
Okay, I see.
Is he in the fucking yellow CBS jacket with the
to me, the cover is. It's much like, if you remember, I think it was. It's like one of the first few editions of Madden, when you had Madden in like you had him in the jacket, right?
And he's
got the microphone. He's like this, but he's in the production booth, and it's just like 15 TVs behind him. And behind it's just so it's Musburger in his yellow CBS jacket, but no shirt. He's just got the jacket on, right? And in one hand he has a box of Kleenex, and the other hand he's got a bottle of Jergens, and he's like doing this, and just behind him is like 15 different Shannon Tweed movies. It's just.
Oh, fuck. And of course, you need to make Brent Musburger come, right? That's the whole.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
That's so. I would think like the first few stages are is Musburger trying to get a hard on during like the exposition moments of the movie. Because Brent Musburger has no patience for like this guy is he's fast forwards right to the good shit. Right. So in this game, you have to keep his
there's no fast forward button. That's the trick.
Right.
During the exposition scenes, you have to use it's that Nintendo Power Pad that had the turbo button. You have to keep the turbo button pressed, or you have to press AB really fast. Super fast. To keep the erection up.
That's just a button masher.
But at his age, he's also got high blood pressure.
Right.
So you gotta balance. If his blood pressure is getting too high, he gets into the stroke range. You gotta lay off the buttons to bring his blood pressure down, but at the same time try to keep the erection going.
Imagine the screen that says game over. Brent Musburger died of a stroke. Oh, masturbating. You jerked Brent Musburger off too hard. And he died of a stroke. Imagine that fucking game over screen.
And then I guess at different points, different high blood pressure medications drop down, and he's gotta catch them in his mouth.
And there's like a little tiny Jimmy the Greek with a basket who's running back and forth. Oh God. Now, I think the middle stages of the game is like obviously trying not to come early while like one of Shannon Tweed's friends is getting fucked, right? Like
you have to come during a Shannon Tweed scene.
It has to be a Shannon Tweed scene. So if it's her hot friend getting fucked, you can't.
You can't. Or instant stroke.
And I think the main boss here,
and the more times you come during the movie, right. the harder it is to get the erection back.
So if you accidentally come, it's like a life. Like you get like 4 or 5 comes.
If you come more than 4 times, the game's over.
But now there's also like with the blood pressure meter, there's like a pain in his nutsack meter as he's trying to get hard.
Refraction time and blood pressure meter.
You just hear a 16-bit voiceover of Musburger. Oh, my nuts. Oh.
And you only have a certain amount of lube or Jergens throughout so you have to space out your Jergens use. You can't over lube and you can't under lube.
If
because you'll get friction burn.
If you get enough bonus points, do you get like a top-down driving sequence where Jimmy the Greek is driving to get more Jergens? He can get one more bottle.
It's a cut scene of Jimmy the Greek driving down the PCH in a fucking convertible. Stop at a Rite Aid to get Jergens.
The problem with that is, though, that the obstacles there are like liquor bottles keep falling. And then the more Jimmy the Greek drinks, the more reporters show up asking him why black athletes are superior. And if he stops to answer, it's game over.
He never gets back to you. That's a side mission.
And I think the final boss has to be like brief male nudity. Like when it comes on. Accidental brief male nudity. Because Musburger's like a complete homophobe, and it's just, oh, no.
No. He starts to zip his pants up, and you have to keep hitting the button so it zips him down. Like, you're battling the zipper.
It's like Tom Skerritt's nuts accidentally getting it coming. Or that guy who looks like
the
Steve
zipper
Kerr.
just starts to go up.
I also think this could have been like a Mega Man type franchise where like there was like 8 of them for each system. It's like every year there's a brand new Brett Musburger masturbates to Shannon Tweed. Brett Musburger X masturbates to Shannon Tweed movies. And it's like in the year 3050.
This is a VR version. You're just sitting there with the handles just trying to jerk it.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Now, would you have played this game?
Oh, absolutely.
How quick? How quick?
I've never been good though with the like having to hit the button super fast. That's not my.
Button mashers are tough.
I was never a button masher guy, so it would have been a tough game, but I would have tried it. Sure.
We tried it, of course. Now we have the. Oh, we're moving on, Eddie. Another new segment for the new and improved Ramble, The Darkest Hour, and in this one we're tackling. And, man, we could get more Darkest Hours now that it looks like Filoni's completely in charge of this ship. Or it's Ahsoka. It's going to be what Ahsoka are we going to get from now on? Are we getting the first 3 episodes or the last episodes? What Ahsoka are we going to get now that it's Dave Filoni is pretty much it's his baby now, right? Isn't that kind of what they said? It's like he's the guy.
He seems to be who's in charge, and I know we talked about this a little bit earlier. I'm a little more optimistic, I think, than you are with Dave Filoni being in charge. Maybe
I'm more optimistic of. I hope and pray at least whatever the next films are, and there'll be an order. They'll have it mapped out, all 3. If there's another trilogy, he'll have. And I also am curious to see what he can do because I thought Filoni shined the most during Rebels. I thought that if there was any, if that was Filoni's The Drive, it was Rebels, and I think I want to see him not have to connect any dots from the past. I would be excited to just see this dude make a whole new thing.
I'm interested now with him being in charge.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if does that now remove him from directing Heir to the Empire, that film?
Lucas didn't stop Lucas, did it?
That's true.
If
I'm hoping it does because I don't know if his directing skills are the great. I think he's a lot like Lucas, where I think story-wise he's great. I don't know about dialogue, and I don't know about directing.
Really nice if Favreau just directed everything he put together.
I think that's a great combination. If you just have Filoni as sort of like the overseeing brain trust of like, okay, this is where this is how these stories go and how this stuff connects, and where it goes after this, and you have Favreau directing it.
And now here we go, Eddie. You're going to have to. This was heartbreak for me. To even say the phrase "the darkest hour" was Star Wars, but I did it. Do you have a darkest hour?
Yes.
All right. Can I give you my honorable mentions?
Okay, give me your honorable mentions.
Attack of the Clones. Every single second of Attack of the Clones. Up until Yoda fights Dooku. Everything up until Yoda fights Dooku in Attack of the maybe the scene in the Gladiator Pit, whatever. You know, the scene where Mace Windu takes out Jango is fucking good.
Well, the scene I think where when Mace opens up his lightsaber and then you see all the lightsabers turn on throughout the arena.
That was great.
That's a cool scene.
That was cool. So that's what saved it from being the darkest hour was the Yoda scene. And I'm not even going to go Jar Jar because Jar Jar was for kids. I'm not going to go, and they loved him. He crushed with kids. I'm not going to go Jake Lloyd because that was for kids.
Yeah.
And it's
a child actor, and how fucking hard can you be on a child?
I honestly thought, I thought the acting got worse after he was done. And I'm not even going to go the Clone Wars movie with the baby Jabba that kept farting because that was for kids. But those are my candidates, right?
Okay.
Those would be the honorable mentions, but I think it's regrettably from a show that actually had some cool moments, but I have to think it's either the princess where they're chasing Princess Leia and Obi-Wan, or when
that's bad. They need yakety sax playing during that scene.
Yes, or when Obi-Wan tucks Leia under his Jedi robe and they just walk out. I was like, what the fuck is happening? I think that's my winner. Is Obi-Wan tucking little Leia under his robe.
That might be the moment where you're just...
I was like, I'll tell you this, had it been a brand new science fiction property I had been watching, I'm done after that. Does that make sense? Had this been something I'd never...
If it didn't have the cachet of goodwill and memories that Star Wars brings with it.
I'm like, well, I'm never watching this shit again. I don't give a fuck.
Like if Dune, if that scene popped up in Dune, you're like,
I'm out. I'm
bye,
happy.
Dune.
I don't need to see this shit ever again. Dune is done. It's over. So I think that's my darkest hour. What was yours?
Okay. I mean, there's so many to choose from. Again, a lot of people can go back and say
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I have one other one.
No, go.
I'm sorry, two other ones.
Okay, go.
That are worse than Han shooting first. They're worse than Greedo. Then get Chewbacca doing the Tarzan yell in Return of the Jedi.
Right.
Hated it. Hated that.
Did you hate it at the time when you were a kid, or hate it as an adult?
Nope. Thought it was hilarious as a kid. Hated it as an adult.
But again, for children, it's like Jar Jar Binks.
That's why it's not my number one. It works.
And I remember in the theater when that happened, the whole theater laughed.
It popped. It got a pop.
It popped. So I can't put that in the running because of those reasons.
It's a good. But here's my. And this, I think, it wasn't enough. But this was an honorable mention.
Okay.
I think a worse decision than having Greedo shoot at Han first is having Luke scream no on Cloud City as he falls. Because in the special edition, remember that?
Yeah.
When they add him, he knew what he wanted. He was killing himself. He was saying, I'm not going to be this guy, so I'm going to end my own life so he doesn't win.
Oh, just kidding, psych, no.
No, it was like, okay, so there we go, sorry. Those honorable mentions I forgot.
There's a lot of things. I mean, again, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I forgive a lot. I forgive a lot.
Sure.
So much. I forgive so much.
As you should, because the great outweighs the bad.
Right.
Always.
And again, I also have to, a lot of times I have to remind myself to look at Star Wars through the eyes of a child sometimes. Because that's what it was originally made for, and I can't bring my own adult, grown-up cynicism to every viewing of Star Wars. It'll ruin it.
Kids are the ones that put asses in the seats for this franchise.
It's fantasy. It's a fantasy movie with laser swords and wizards. That being said, you can say, a lot of people can say the original holiday special is an absolute low point. And that's coming from the second thing that was ever done for Star Wars, right? That was before Empire Strikes Back, right? That was after A New Hope.
Because that was your first Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But I honestly thought B. Arthur saved it. I'm not going to lie. B. Arthur saved that.
Right. But I don't even consider that a low point because, again, I saw that as a child.
And it was great.
And loved it.
Yep.
Same with the fucking Ewok movies.
Absolutely. The Ewok cartoon show I loved as a kid.
The Droid cartoon show.
That's the Droid cartoon show I loved as a kid.
And even the second Ewok movie has one of the darkest moments in all of Star Wars in it. When the little girl's parents die. And you see her wristband, and you see the lights start going away as they're getting killed.
Right.
a family that you
Brutal.
grew to be with and root
And
for from the first
love
movie.
and everything. Yeah.
And they take him out in the first 10 minutes of the second movie.
It's Transformers 86 all over.
It
again.
really is. It really, really
Yes.
is. There's one of my honorable mentions is, of course, comes from the Obi-Wan series, and the two you mentioned are very good ones. I think the moped chase scene with the robot kids in Obi-Wan is brutal.
Was that Book of Boba Fett or
No, that's
Obi-Wan?
Book of Boba Fett. My bad. That's
with
Book
the
of
Power
Boba Fett.
Rangers or Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
I didn't mind so much them introducing a guy that fucking gives people robot parts, because that seems like something that would
cool.
happen.
Right.
Parts wear out on people, they get them replaced, and it's
modded
like
and
tattoos.
stuff.
Like
Yep.
you get one part, I want to get more.
That's cool. That's
That's
a
fine.
good idea.
That's fine with that. But the fact that it's like this gang of kids that have like these mopeds that drive, that was just
Puke City.
You can't do
Puke
that
City.
to Boba Fett. You've already
No.
made Boba Fett such a wuss in this series. You can't do that now to him, where he befriends a street gang. And that's
it was
how he.
so bad that him killing Cad Bane didn't really move the needle as making him cool again.
Yeah.
It was like, we've already seen enough shit. But yes.
So but I think to me, my darkest hour,
yeah.
my darkest moment from the Star Wars franchise comes in the exact same movie yours does. No, it comes from the exact same special editions. Mine comes for Return of the Jedi, not Luke falling down the hole yelling no. But the moment that Lucas took to me is the greatest scene in all of Star Wars, when the Emperor
it's the other
Emperor
no that they threw
yes,
in.
the Emperor is getting ready to kill Luke with Force lightning. Vader looks at Luke in pain, his son, looks over at the Emperor, looks back at his son, looks back at the Emperor, picks him up, and throws him down a shaft. Everything you need to know that's going on in Darth Vader is happening. It's a dead mask. It's a still mask, and you're reading every single emotion in it.
It was the best scene of the original film.
It's the best scene in all of Star Wars, if you ask me. I mean, there's some in Andor that are great, but that scene culminating in those three movies, that moment when Darth Vader turns.
I remember the crowd going ape shit when that happened, seeing it, and then the no. It was like,
And for Lucas to sit there, I mean, like I've said this before, like all the other stuff he did in the special editions, I mean, I'm not happy with all of it, but like even Greedo shooting or Han,
not
I don't
as
care.
bad as
That
this.
nothing's as bad as that transgression of having Darth Vader yell no in that moment. To me, that's the darkest moment.
You didn't need it. You didn't,
because it was already a perfect scene. It was already the greatest scene in Star Wars, and you just had to go back and fuck with it.
Terrible. Here's how I light my darkest hour. It turns out, as she's under his robe, she accidentally sets off his saber and it beheads her. And then you find out that wasn't even Princess Leia. That was
a clone. It was a lookalike.
Yes, it's the only way. And then it's like he sees her head rolling, and he's like, oh. And it even does like a close up like of Edward Rooney when he realizes he's actually talking to Sloane's dad and not Ferris Bueller. And Obi-Wan does like a and then he realizes it's a body double, and he's like, and then that's the only way.
Then he uses the Force to take the body double's severed head and throw it up against the fucking Inquisitors to get out. That's how he makes a distraction to get out.
How do you light your darkest hour?
I mean, other than going back and erasing the special edition of
Right.
Return of the Jedi, I guess in that moment.
Yeah. Would it have to be him cussing? He'd have to be like, no, you motherfucker. No.
Get the fuck out of here. It's just not my fucking kid, you piece of shit. I guess making him cuss would be the only way to get out of that.
Oh, fuck. Or he just literally anally rapes the Emperor. He just picks him up.
He's like,
bends him over
no, and then just holds him down and just fucking. And then Luke's like, Father, please.
Please. The Emperor's like,
I can feel your anger. The Emperor's enjoying it. Oh, you son of a...
That's the only way.
That's the only way out of that, I think.
Whew. There we go. Man. And now, Eddie, it's time, like we did with Silence of the Lambs. We're going to go deep on, I don't know, would you put this, is this an all-time greatest film ever made for you? Commando?
I mean, if we're ranking them by decade,
yeah,
top 4 of
top
the 80s,
4 of the 80s,
top
And
5 of the 80s.
How many is he in your 80s top 5? How many is Schwarzenegger in? Because Predator's up there. Terminator.
Was Conan 70s? Was Conan 70s or 80s?
Conan was early 80s, I believe.
So you got Conan, you got
I got the
Commando,
first
you
Conan,
got Terminator.
Predator, Terminator, Commando. I think he's in 4 of the 5.
He's in 4 of the top 5 films of the 80s.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So Commando. I mean, what's fascinating about Commando, to those who haven't seen it, go do yourself a massive favor and see Commando. Because it's the most over-the-top movie they've ever made with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
Ray Dong Chong's finest work.
Absolutely. And I say this is the most over-the-top Schwarzenegger movie, knowing full well The Running Man exists. But The Running Man was science fiction. This was the most over-the-top shit happening in just everyday life. First off, Eddie, let's give it a walk through the opening credits. He's carrying a log. He's
While he's smoking a cigar, if I remember right.
He's got a giant tree log.
He's carrying a tree log.
He's carrying a tree log, and then he's chopping wood. And then
everything manly you can be doing in one scene, he's doing.
Raising Alyssa Milano to be his daughter. It's just, he's got like, and he also, and then he makes the dumbest, maybe the lamest joke in movie history. Why don't they just call him Girl George? Which you and I both have, he made that up. He improv that, no question.
Absolutely an improv line. Or he thought about it the whole day before and forced the director to put it in.
How about I'm reading the paper and I say, why don't they just go, like, what was the news story that he was reading? What news blurb about Boy George? And it was like, and holy shit, did Alyssa Milano have the best reaction to that? Dad, like, genius. It was that the Alyssa Milano reaction to his Girl George line doesn't get enough. It's the second best comeback to a Schwarzenegger line ever. Now, the best comeback will always be Running
Richard
Man.
Dawson.
When he goes, I'll be back, and then Dawson goes, only in reruns, pal. I mean, come on. Come on. But, so he's carrying a tree. He makes the Girl George joke. And, Eddie, this is all before you realize his name is John Matrix. We got it would have been less stupid had the movie been called The Adventures of Hank Hard Drive than fucking Commando. John Matrix.
I mean, screenplay by Stephen E. D'Souza, right?
And Jeff Loeb.
Jeff Loeb the third,
who is a comic book writer who wrote a lot of comic books.
Do you think the Matrix came from Jeff Loeb? That seems like a comic book.
That seems like a comic book name, Jeff. And what was Henry Hard Drive a working title? Do you think Henry Hard Drive was a working title?
That may have been an earlier draft, Henry Hard Drive. And they're just like no, people.
Ted Ether. We're gonna have Ted Ether here is your hero.
Bill Keyboard.
Bill Keyboard. And then,
like, it doesn't sound rough enough. Not man.
Nah, it's not tough. Matrix, John Matrix.
Oh, John Matrix.
And then can we talk about how over the top? So, 20 minutes. So I still, now, Eddie, I've seen Commando probably 400 times. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
But
probably right under that.
I still don't know why they kidnapped Alyssa Milano in the movie. I still have no idea why that happened.
Well, Bennett wanted to get back at
Bennett.
John Matrix.
So he was using Tully from Cheers as like a puppet to get Matrix back out so he could then kill him, which he had no problem killing every other one of Matrix's old guys.
Right. When
So
you
why
could have
couldn't
just,
he have just?
instead of taking the time to go kidnap the daughter, just go there and kill John Matrix.
He lives out in the middle of nowhere. He could
Just-
just fly up to
But it's
his
like
house.
he's out in the middle of nowhere. They kidnap his daughter, so he goes and chases them to the middle of nowhere, and they have their battle. When they could have just done everything in the middle of nowhere
Like,
where they
he
started.
couldn't Bennett have just climbed up that hill that it just took 8 bazookas and just fired them in the house and then
They
left?
knew.
Like, got you.
And just that's it. Bye. Why do you have to
mean-
do all this stuff to piss off John Matrix
Just kill him.
and just kill him?
If you clearly know where he lives, so you kidnap his daughter. And didn't they knock him out unconscious too? Before they kidnapped? Why couldn't they have just killed him? Like,
Yeah, I guess you could have killed him right there.
they knocked him out. That's how they took the daughter. And then so we have
But let's not get lost in the minor things.
No.
Let's not.
Because
Let's not get caught up in the weeds of the minor things.
Because without all that, you don't have a scene where he jumps off of a plane as it's shooting up.
Or
Like they're-
holding one guy off a ledge by one hand.
Right. Can we talk about how there just happened to be a swamp right next to an airport? Like on the airport runway, there was a swamp that he just lands in after he jumps out. He flips a Porsche that was turned over.
He does flip a Porsche.
He kills about 7,000 people all by himself. And then
He literally holds up the one dude, Tully,
Sally
by the ankle, or Sally
Sally.
by the ankle.
So, and then here we go. And I think this is why I think Commando is so great, is because it's the greatest showcase of Arnold Schwarzenegger's one-liners and puns. I don't think we've ever seen a better showcase.
I mean, Batman and Robin probably comes second closest.
But they weren't as good. They were all lame and they were all one note.
They
about
were, but I'm
ice.
talking about sheer volume.
Chill out. Yeah.
The sheer
chill out.
volume of the one-liners and puns
Oh,
in
take
Batman and
two
Robin.
of these and call me in the morning. Oh, but when he says, so I think the first one that I remember is before he jumps off the plane. He kills the bodyguard there to make sure he stays on the flight.
Snaps his neck, right, as he's
comes
sitting
back,
next to him.
He does this move. He's like pretends like he's getting something, and like the elbow, the sitting elbow drop was good enough that he hits him and he snaps the neck, and then he tells the stewardess, "Don't bother my friend. He's dead tired." Then we get like his moment where he's holding Sally up over the cliff.
Yeah.
He goes, "Remember when I said I killed you last, Sally? That's right, Matrix, you did. I lied." And he drops him. I mean, and then maybe one of the greatest fights in movie history, him and Bill Duke in the hotel room.
Yeah.
And Bill Duke says, "This Green Beret's going to whoop your ass." He goes, "I ate Green Berets for breakfast, and right now I'm very hungry." John Matrix. And then, of course, the all-time one when he defeats Bennett by throwing a pipe through his stomach, and as the steam's coming out, let off some steam, Bennett. And then it also has the excellent end credit song of "We Fight for Love Somewhere, bam, bam, somehow." Power Station, we fight for love. I mean,
and you have, I mean, let's not forget, like, I mean, you have Arnold on one hand, who was like this at the time, the height of his powers.
Yes,
physically.
Yes, physically. Against Bennett, who looked like he sang in a Sex Pistols cover band.
Vernon Wells, who looks like he's straight out of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
He's got the fucking. He looks like
chainmail.
Bruno. He looks like Bruno. He's got the fucking. I'm Bruno. What's up? Like he's got
biceps that my 80-year-old dad would like. Like looks like my 80-year-old dad in a tank top. And we're supposed to. These guys go toe to toe with each other.
It's not an easy fight.
And we're just supposed to like. It's not an easy fight. It's not a.
But
It's
hey,
his toughest fight of all the
whole
battles
movie.
throughout the movie.
But Kid Me I didn't know if he was going to make it out when I first saw it.
I was worried.
I was very
Bennett's
worried.
gonna kill him. He's gonna kill
Bennett's gonna
John,
kill
and
John
the
Matrix.
daughter's not gonna get away either.
And Alyssa Milano's going to die.
But let's talk about the scene where he comes out of the shed
Oh.
with
Armed
some
to
of the
teeth.
greatest cartoon
Machine
violence.
guns. Oh, God. When he throws the saw and it scalps the guy instantly.
Where he takes what I think it was the axe up the guy's crotch.
Up the
And he cuts off
crotch.
the other dude's arm with a machete, I think.
And he has he has like 75 weapons, and every time he runs
All
out of
hardware,
ammo, he just
all
gets a
hardware.
brand new one and
Just nothing but hardware from Home Depot. He takes out half this army that all have guns.
that all have machine guns. I don't know if he takes one bullet in that entire movie. Maybe he gets grazed on the bicep once. Maybe it was against Bennett. That might have been it.
He uses everything but a bicycle chain in that scene to take people out.
Kill people. The Home Depot killing spree that happens. Oh God, man! So there we go. What a do yourself
Top 5 movie of the 80s.
And then
Top
of
5.
course maybe the greatest mall scene in movie history when he's just escaping at the mall. When that's when he meets Radon. Oh, he rips her entire car seat out of her car.
That's right. He just
with one try.
Because it's too small. He's got to sit. He's got to drive it from the back seat.
He just rips. It was. They're so over the top with him. It makes no fucking sense how they got the drop on him in the beginning. Like, how did they? But a brilliant movie, Commando,
Top
and there
5.
we go, top 5
1980s.
all-time '80s movie, and that was Ramble 370. Oh my God, what a ramble, Eddie! I bet you're wondering what 371's going to be all about, right?
What's it going to be all about?
Well, we're gonna. This is. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
We're going to have a trading block again like it did with the Thundercats.
Oh.
It's going to be Rocky side characters. So anyone but Balboa. How do you do this? How do you do this? And then this might be our toughest. I don't know how we're going to top Esterol versus Nell Carter.
Yeah.
But I bring to you, we're going to keep this. We're going to keep these Stall of Famers going.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah, lay it on me.
Vern Lundquist. John Madden. I mean,
Oh, man.
Vern Lundquist versus John.
I think he's a bit of an underdog in this fight. Vern is.
Vern is absolutely.
Lundquist is a bit of an underdog in this one.
Yes. No, he's not. But I'm not counting him out. I don't think it's going to be.
No, don't count him out.
I don't think it's going to be
scrappy.
a squash. I don't think
He's
it's
scrappy.
Squash. Now, I don't. I'm not saying John Madden loses, but I'm saying I don't think it's a squash. You win.
No.
Does that make sense?
This one might go the distance.
This one might go. Well, there we go. Thank you for tuning in. You know where to find us. You know where to love us. Do it. Subscribe to The Ramble. Give it a 5-star rating and a positive text review. Keep those emails coming. We will be back probably Friday. Might be late. I don't know how we're going to.
Might be late.
Are you going to be able to tape on Thanksgiving?
I'll figure
I
something
probably
out.
will
I
in
think
the
so.
evening. I
I can
think
peel
we'll be
off
fine.
for a minute or two.
Yeah,
for
we'll see
20
what
minutes.
we can do. Yeah, we'll figure something out. All right. We will see you Friday as Ramble Radio continues its ascendance. There it is. We love you all. Stay safe. Take care, everybody. Bye.